Welcome back, everyone. In our previous shorts, we discussed how some individuals battling drug dependency may find it challenging to engage in some daily life activities, like watching a favorite TV show or visiting familiar places. We discussed how the environment significantly influenced this struggle. Today, we are going to dive deeper into this concept. In today's discussion, and in order to fully understand this topic, we will discuss several elements. First, we will discuss Pavlov's theory, and then we will break down its connection to drug dependency and how regular stimuli and condition triggers influence relapses. Then, we will focus on environmental triggers, highlighting how familiar routine activities and daily events can lead to craving and relapses. Following that, we will touch upon the role of rehabilitation centers and how they change the patient's environment in order to help the recovery process. Lastly, we will share a story from Dr. Kamal's book emphasizing the importance of the balance between recovery and potential triggers. Each parts contribute to our understanding of how the environmental factors influence addiction and recovery. In order for a better understanding of the concept of environmental factors, we have to discuss Pavlov's theory. Consider this. In the late 1800s, there was an experiment involving a bell and dogs. This experiment helped us understand how certain events become linked in our mind. This experiment affected many ways of treatment and rehabilitation strategies nowadays. Let's watch a short video explaining Pavlov's theory for a better understanding of this idea.
And as Pavlov began to discover, it wasn't only humans who learned. Soon enough, he was turning out his famous series of experiments in which he paired the presence of meat powder, yummy, which got the dogs to drooling, with lots of different neutral stimuli, things that wouldn't normally make you drool, like a certain sound or shining a light or a touch on the leg. Then Pavlov observed after several of these pairings, a dog would start to drool just at the sound or the light or the touch, even if there wasn't any slobber-inducing meat powder around. Animals, he found, can exhibit associative learning. That's when a subject links certain events, behaviors, or stimuli together in the process of conditioning.
Dr. Kamal brilliantly pointed out the importance of this theory in drug rehabilitation treatment. He said, if we reflect a little on this theory with all its explanations and laws, we'll find that it matches exactly with everything that the patient suffers from in terms of drugs and relapses. Let's watch the second part of the video for a better understanding of the theory's connection to drug dependency.
But I can break down for you the sequence of steps in Pavlov's famous experiment to help you get a sense of how conditioning works. First, before conditioning, the dog just drools when it smells food. That smell is the unconditioned stimulus, and the slobbering, the unconditioned or natural response. The ringing sound, which at this point means nothing to the dog, is the neutral stimulus, and it produces no drooling. During conditioning, the unconditioned stimulus, the food smell, is paired with the neutral stimulus, the bell sound, and results in drooling. This is repeated many times until the association between the two stimuli is made in a stage called acquisition. By the time you get to the after conditioning phase, that old neutral stimulus has become a conditioned stimulus, because it now elicits the conditioned response of drooling. Sounds super simple, right? If you have a dog, you've probably seen it tap dance at the side of a leash, but in Pavlov's day, this whole series of steps hadn't really been studied in a lab setting or even thought about in scientific terms.
Let's break it down. For individuals with harmful drug use, a normal stimulus leads to a normal response. However, when a conditioned stimulus like the presence of the drug become linked with a normal response like watching TV, it triggers intense craving. These stimulus come in various forms. Dr. Kamal divided it into 6 forms: people, places, objects, sounds, times, and smells. Therefore, it's completely normal for the harmful drug user to feel intense desire when he exposed to the drug itself or anything connected to the drug, such as watching a favorite TV show if he used to using the drug while watching the show. All these events come under the 6 formulas that we discussed before. Those environmental factors can provoke conditional response leading to relapse. To solve this issue, many rehabilitation centers like the Mildura Rehabilitation Centre in Melbourne and the Novar Hospital in Qatar focus on changing the patient's environment during recovery. This helps in overcoming the drug influence and minimize relapses risks. Even after leaving the rehab, continual support and follow-ups are essential to prevent exposure to these triggers in real-life situations. Let me conclude with a story from Dr. Kamal's book. One day, a patient successfully abstained from heroin for over 6 months. However, he suddenly experienced negative feelings, stress, nightmares, and even anger. Dr. Kamal investigated and found that the patient's day seemed normal until he went to the cinema with his family and watched a film including a drug injection scene. This seemingly insignificant exposure had an unexpected impact, showing the importance of recovery and the risk of relapse. If you found this information helpful, please share this video to spread the awareness about the challenges faced by those in recovery. And remember, offering support and understanding is crucial for the patients in their road for the long-term recovery. Thank you for watching.